to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be filming a what I eat in a week video, realistically, because often enough you'll see my Instagrammable breakfasts on my Instagram feed, and realistically they're not always like that. I do just like to judge it all up and jazz it all up for my Instagram, but that isn't meaning to say that I don't put effort into my breakfast, because I totally do, because I totally appreciate my breakfast as well. So you will see those on my feed, but most of the time they don't always look like that, let's be honest. And also I'm not always home to be able to eat those meals from the bowl straight away, so often you'll see it on my Instagram feed, but right after the picture's taken it's been chucked in a container and taken with me to work. So that's the honest truth there. It's actually the end of the week now and I feel so satisfied with what I've eaten this week. I've been so happy with my breakfast, my lunches, my dinners, my snacks and all that jazz. So I thought I'd share it with you guys within this video. Just to give you a brief outline of my work and my schedule, just so that you understand throughout the video of my meal timings and things like that. So I am a full-time diagnostic radiographer, and on this particular week I was scheduled to work in fluoroscopy, and more often than not I can't always have a morning break just for the workflow. It gets really busy and I'm not able to just pause everything and go off on a break. So I would just have my pre-workout meal in the morning, then I would have my breakfast, my snack if possible, my lunch and my dinner, including my dessert snacks throughout the day as well. In fact, in this particular week, this is when Boris announced that we were going into lockdown, so you'll see that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I went to the gym, but on Thursday it was a rest day and Friday it was my first lockdown workout. So, but I mean that doesn't really change anything, I just thought I'd mention that within the video. Also, as I've mentioned in a previous what I eat in a week, I meal prep my lunches, and that way I can just grab and go the option in my fridge to take with me into work, and then it's just easy rather than having to rely on a convenience meal in work, and they're often not that great anyways. And then you'll see that my breakfasts are pre-made the night before, because I like to switch up my breakfast. Before I used to make all my breakfasts the same and I would have that throughout the week like my lunches as well, but I got bored of that and I like variety and I love my breakfast, as you know. So I changed that up by switching up my breakfast per day by pre-making them the night before. I also change up my snacks and my dinners. I just keep my lunches the same, so I don't really get bored of that, it's just easier. But this video is actually kindly sponsored by Perkier Foods. I love their product and I love their brand. They're an all vegan snack bar company, but they also do porridge bowls as well. Just to give you a bit of background information about them, they've brought out their new Moon Bars flavours in the nutty toffee and the salted caramel flavours, and I can confirm they are both incredibly delicious. Their key benefits are that they contain 100% of your daily vitamin D, C and B12. When following a vegan diet, people often become deficient in B12, so these bars are a great tasty alternative to taking a supplement. They are also high in fibre and contain 6 gram plus of plant protein. They're gluten-free, palm oil-free and 100% vegan. So other than their new Moon Bars, they also do the flavours of cacao orange, cranberry and goji berry and also peanut butter. I love them all, honestly, and you'll see throughout the video that I've incorporated it within my diet throughout the days, and I really do hope you guys enjoy this video, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're starting off on a Monday, and for my little pre-workout snack I had a perkier pot of oatmeal, and I just opened the packet up, poured in some extra protein powder, poured in some water, and then stirred that all up and added some frozen raspberries on top. I then drizzled on some sugar-free syrup and enjoyed as a pre-workout snack the following day, as I stored it in the fridge to have as overnight oats. I also had a black Americano with a toffee flavour drop, and then I headed to the gym, and for my post-workout meal, my breakfast, I had some protein pancakes. I made this the previous day to package up and take with me so that I wouldn't have to come home after the gym and I could head straight off to work. It just saves time and is more time efficient. For my mid-morning snack, I had this salted caramel brownie, which I prepared on a Sunday to enjoy throughout the week. This recipe is actually my standard protein brownie recipe, but I like to mix it up now and then. So I use these 2 perkier salted caramel bars, which I just chopped up and then placed on top of the brownie batter and cooked in the oven for around 20 to 25 minutes on 180°C. So as I mentioned, I typically meal prep my lunches, so I just have them ready to take with me for work. And on this particular week, I prepped some curried chickpea wraps. And on this particular day, I enjoyed my dessert, which was just some yogurt and the perkier bar on top. For the curried chickpea wraps, I used some chickpeas, which I drizzled on some curry powder on top and roasted that in the oven for around 20 minutes. I then mixed up together some kale, some tomatoes, some carrots, and the roasted chickpeas together. I also used this vegan chili mayo, which I just mixed in together as well. And then some lemon juice with some salt and pepper. So I used these sweet potato wraps, which I used the filling to fill it with. So I used the filling to fill around 5 wraps to enjoy throughout the week. For the extra filling, I just served it on the side to enjoy with my lunch as well. And from day to day, I just switch up my snacks and dessert to enjoy throughout the week as well. For my lunch dessert on this particular day, as I mentioned, I made some yogurt, which I topped with a chopped up perkier bar. This was in their cacao orange flavour. I always have to finish with something sweet, as you know, so this was just perfect as a lunch dessert. For dinner on this particular day, I remade my chickpea omelette, which I filled with some tofu and some cheese. For the omelette, I used some nutritional yeast with some garlic powder, some gram flour and some turmeric with some salt and pepper, as well as some baking powder and some almond milk. I whisked that all together and then popped on the pan to cook. This recipe makes a 1 omelette, and I'll leave the full recipe in the description box down below. I filled the omelette with some scrambled tofu as well as some Violife cheese. I then chopped that in half, plated it all up and served with some salad. likewise, for my pre-workout snack, I had another perkier porridge bowl, and I had my coffee as per. I enjoyed the same pre-workout meal as Tuesday as I usually do. And then for my post-workout meal after the gym, I made some protein waffles the previous day, as I mentioned before. So I packaged that all up and then packed it up to take with me after the gym for work, and enjoyed that on the bus to work. On lunch for this particular day, I had the wraps again. I had my brownie because I didn't have time to have my mid-morning snack. I also had my chocolate bar and a banana. For dinner on this particular day, I made a tempeh Buddha bowl. For the marinated tempeh, I just used some sugar-free syrup with some soy sauce and some hot sauce. And then I marinated the tempeh in that and then placed it into a grill along with some sweet peppers to grill. I then served that with some spinach, some white rice, some broccoli, some lime, grilled sweet peppers, and the tempeh. For my dinner dessert on this particular day, I used a perkier bar which I heated up in the microwave for around 20 seconds just to soften up, and then molded it into a small pot. And then I topped that with some yogurt and some strawberries to act as a little pudding for my dinner dessert. I squeezed on the lime just to enjoy for my dinner, and then had a hot herbal tea as I usually would, and had my dinner dessert afterwards whilst watching some YouTube as per. On Wednesday, once again, I had a perkier oatmeal pot. And I wasn't quite satisfied on this day with the perkier pot alone, so I grabbed a Biscoff Lotif biscuit and enjoyed that as well. For my post-workout meal the day before, I prepped some vegan chocolate French toast. And then I packaged that all up to take with me to the gym to have on my way to work to start my day right. For lunch, as per, I had the wraps. I also had a perkier bar and some cheesy vegan crisps. And then I also had my brownie, as I didn't have time to have my mid-morning snack on this particular day as it got really busy. For For dinner on this particular day, I had one of my favorites, which is a mushroom polenta, which I've shared many times on my channel before. So I'll leave a link in the description box down below for the recipe for this. And as my dinner dessert, I just served that with some yogurt, with some frozen raspberries and some biscuit spread on top as well. So Thursday was a rest day, so in the morning I jumped straight into my breakfast, which I just added some loaded protein oats. I used a perkier pot and I just mixed in some extra protein powder with that. I also added some grated courgette and some water to mix it all and stir it together. I topped the oats with some fresh raspberries and some quinoa pops, as well as the perkier cranberry and goji berry bar. And to finish with some goji berries and some sugar-free syrup. I really love having a loaded bowl of oats. It's just more satisfying, yummy, extra crunchy, delicious, and everything better than just a plain bowl of oats. So on this particular day, I did have the opportunity to have my mid-morning snack and I just enjoyed some party rings. It then got to lunch and I had my usual kale curried wraps, as well as my protein brownies, some fresh strawberries, and then I just made a little snack pop for myself, including some nuts, a Biscoff biscuit and some Biscoff chocolate. The chocolate was absolutely incredible. It's just from the vegan kind and I definitely recommend. For my dinner on this particular day, I decided to have some cauliflower loaded tacos, which for the cauliflower, I just mixed together some Chickpea flour with some almond milk and some sweet chili sauce with some garlic powder. I stirred that all in with the cauliflower and then placed that in the grill to cook up. I then toasted some tortillas in the oven just to make some tortilla boats, and then filled that with some lettuce, some alfalfa sprouts, the grilled cauliflower, and some soy chunks. I then served that with some pickled red cabbage and some avocado to finish, with some pepper and the sweet chili sauce as well. I then had the same dinner dessert as last night, which was just a yogurt bowl with some frozen raspberries and some Biscoff spread on top. So on Friday, it was the first lockdown workout that I had, and I just had as my pre-workout snack some Biscoff toast. And then as my post-workout meal after my workout to take with me to work, I prepped the night before a protein chocolate chia pudding. These are super yummy, super filling and high in protein, which is great to satisfy your hunger. I served the chia pudding with some soy yogurt mixed with a flavour drop and a perkier bar on top for some extra crunch and flavour. So for my lunch, I had my curried wraps as per. I had my brownie because I didn't have time for a mid-morning snack again, and some crisps to serve with that as well. For the brownie on this particular day, I bought a Alpro chocolate dessert pot that I heated up in the microwave at work and enjoyed as a lovely dessert snack. For dinner on this particular day, I just felt super lazy, so I used my pre-made turmeric loaf, which I just added some Violife cheese on top, some vegan pepperoni slices, and then I just placed that in the grill to grill up and for the cheese to melt. This dinner is super comforting, super easy to make, and just a lazy option for me, but that's how we roll. So I served my turmeric protein loaf sandwich with some salad, which, by the way, the turmeric loaf can already be found on my channel, and I'll leave a link for in the description box down below if you want to go check that out. And I just enjoyed that as my dinner. For my dinner dessert on this particular day, I just fancied some ice cream, even though it's freezing cold outside right now. But I did fancy it, so I had it with some sugar-free syrup, and I just enjoyed that as my last final dessert of the week and meal of the day. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Give me a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!